Hey guys, welcome to Borderline Rednecks. Today I'll be spending some time in the kitchen where I'm going to teach you how to make a deer roast. This is one of the ways that I like to cook venison, and I think you'll enjoy it too. Hey guys, Brent here from Top Dollar Fur. I got some really nice pieces of venison that I harvested this fall. These are both rear cuts from the deer that I got. I'm just going to clean them up and then I'll show you what those look like then. So guys, I've already cleaned up my roast a little bit. When I butchered, I made sure that they were nice and clean because we don't want any hair or dirt obviously in our meat. And then I trimmed them up a little bit, got a little bit of the tendons and the silver skin off, a little bit of extra connective tissue. So they're looking good. So next step, we're gonna put a little bit of mustard on there as a binder. So I like to use French's yellow mustard for a binder. Important to give her a little bit of a tap and a shake so you don't get a whole bunch of water coming out at first. I'm gonna guess we're gonna use about half to 3/4 of a cup, but basically you wanna just give it a good coating and then we'll work her in. So if you don't wanna dye your fingers yellow, it's good to use a spoon once you get one side kind of coated. Kind of smush them together. Spoon a little bit more on the top, and then you might have a little bit of excess in the bottom of your pan. We'll switch pans and then we'll add our dry seasonings. So these are the dry spices that I'm going to be adding. In this one we got oregano, some Italian seasoning, and some rosemary, and there's a teaspoon of each. I really like these red garlic and peppers. It's got a little bit of salt, so you don't need to add a whole bunch of extra salt with it. There's about half a cup there. And then I've got two types of garlic. We do like some garlic in our house. I think it gives your venison a really nice taste. So we got some minced garlic. There's about a teaspoon of that, and then some powdered garlic. There's about a tablespoon of that. And then the last thing we have is some dried fine ground black pepper. I like to go pretty heavy on the pepper, so 2 tablespoons of that. So I have the rest of my dry rub spices in the bowl, and then a little bit of spilly here. I do like to take my green ones, my oregano and my rosemary and my Italian, and just kind of work it up. It seems like it breaks up the flavors, and I don't like huge chunks of rosemary on my roast, so that breaks it up a little bit. We'll give our spices a little bit of a stir, and then we're gonna start pouring that right on the top of our roast. So it looks a little bit messy now, but you wanna add quite a bit to it, and then we'll flip it over and we'll add some to the other side. So I got those guys flipped. We're just gonna add a whole bunch to the other side until it's really nicely coated. If there's a little bit of excess, we'll just shake that off before we braise. Looks good. So these guys look awesome right now. I've let them rest just for a couple minutes while my oil heat was heating up. The thing when you cook venison is you don't want to overcook it too much, but we're going to give it a quick sear on really high heat, and let's get it in the oil. So the oil that I have to sear is some extra virgin olive oil. I also like to use a little bit of canola oil, and there's some butter in there. So as we're searing it, what I like to do is lift it up. Oh geez, that looks good. Get a little bit more of the oils underneath. The roast will soak up a lot of this oil, but we want that really nice caramelization on the meat. So, okay, I think she's time to flip her. Oh, that looks awesome. Ah, look at that, that looks awesome. So I think we're gonna add a little bit more butter so we get a little bit more fats added to the roast. All right, we're just gonna add a little bit more butter. The thing about venison is it's a very lean meat, so a little extra added fat to it is a good thing. Mmm, that does smell good. Very nice color and smells super, super good. Okay, so the roasts are finished searing, and I'm gonna take those guys and I'm gonna put them right into the slow cooker. I got about an inch of beef broth in the bottom of the slow cooker. So this is a good broth to use. It's a Campbell's beef broth, and I've used about 500 mils or half a liter, 2.5 cups. And also I have some leftover spices. So because I'm cheap and I like lots of flavor, I'm gonna add those right to the top of my roast. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna cook this on a high heat until we reach about 175 degrees. And then I'm gonna turn it down to warm and let it slow cook for the rest of the afternoon. Supper should be about 6 o'clock, so that'll be about 4 hours total in the crock pot. Okay, let's see how this turned out. So this has been resting for a little while. We'll cut this one open and see what she looks like inside. So it looks nice. We've cooked this one to about just under 200 degrees. It looks like it's going to be nice and flaky. Let's give her a try. Mmm, delicious. Hey guys, make sure you remember to like and subscribe. Borderline Rednecks.